Good afternoon. I'm Eddie Cantu, board member with the Hidalgo County Drainage District Number 1. On March 16, 2020, Governor Greg Abbott granted a request by Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton to temporarily suspend certain open meeting law requirements to the extent necessary to allow telephonic and video conference meeting in response to COVID-19. In accordance with the law, notice of the meeting of the board of the Hidalgo County Drainage District Number 1 has been posted online for at least 72 hours. Although members of the board are not gathered in a central physical location, we have a quorum in attendance at this meeting by video conference or telephone call. The board is meeting by the use of Zoom software and telephone transmission, which allows two-way communication for members of the public during public comments. This meeting is being broadcast live online. As we would in any in-person meeting, members of the public who have followed the instructions of the meeting notice for registering to speak during the public comment portion will be called at the telephone number they have provided to speak for up to the allotted time. All other meeting procedures will adhere to board adopted procedures to the extent possible. A recording of this meeting is being made and will be available to the public at a later date. We apologize in advance for unforeseeable difficulties and ask for your patience as we navigate these conditions. The time is now 1:50 p.m. and I will call this meeting to order. We will begin with a roll call to establish quorum.
David Fuentes, Precinct 1.
Eddie Cantu, Precinct 2.
Eli Torres, Precinct 4.
We have a quorum. If we could start with a prayer. Jaime or Raul.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Lord, we thank you for another beautiful day with our family and with our work. Please bless this board as they work together to make the best decisions for our county, Lord. Dear Lord, I ask that you please keep all our county and district families safe during the Thanksgiving holidays. And may we each recognize every opportunity to pass your blessings on to others. All this we ask in your name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Jaime. Do we have anybody signed up for open forum for drainage?
No, sir, not drainage.
Thank you. Approval of the consent agenda, Raul?
Yes, sir. The standard items, check register, and items that have been reviewed by my staff. Everything's in order. Recommend approval.
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 5A, discussion, consideration, possible action regarding Hidalgo County Drainage Number 1 application FEMA Flood Mitigation System Grant Program. This is an application that we're looking to get initial approval. It's managed through FEMA, but it's managed through the Water Development Board. It's a $160 million nationwide program that has to be submitted before December 1st to the Water Development Board. And if it gets selected, then more initial information will be submitted for a project. The project eligibility is either for mitigation or I believe studies, but we're pursuing the mitigation portion of it, the drainage improvement. So Commissioner Torres, I don't know if you want to add anything, ma'am.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Sassin. Actually, gentlemen, this is such an important opportunity that I actually wrote down some bullet points that I wanted to share with you and ask for your support. The funding seeks construction monies from the Texas Water Development Board for a critical flood control project known as Main Drain Expansion Project. Expanding the main drain will greatly improve the regional drainage systems to help mitigate the flooding problems, not only in Edinburgh and McAllen, but also across Hidalgo County and of course the entire Rio Grande Valley. As you're all are well aware of flooding in Hidalgo County, and I can tell you that I can confidently express that saturation of the main drain is one of the primary sources of flooding in Hidalgo County. We've seen that drain literally overflow. For this project, the Drainage District will be requesting approximately $10 million. The proposed project will mitigate flooding by tremendously expanding the capacity of the main drain by adding millions of cubic yards of capacity to safely manage that stormwater. And of course, if this grant is successful, it will produce an immediate and cost-effective benefit for critical infrastructure, businesses, and housing in Hidalgo County. And this project will service as a basin that corresponds with some of the most heavily populated and urbanized areas. And as you well know, we're the seventh largest county by population in the state of Texas, with an estimated population of over 1 million. And we cannot let opportunities like this go by for a chance to get the funding. And I would appreciate y'all's support on this opportunity.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Well said. Motion to approve.
Second.
I'll give it to you, Judge.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries. Thank you, Commissioner, for sharing this meeting. What item are we in? Next item,
From 5B, Judge.
okay?
Item 5B, request approval to complete and submit the attached credit application document required by Precision Pump Systems for the purpose of setting up an account to procure supplies, including authority for general manager or his designee to execute documents, subject to legal review.
I don't have a problem with this, Raul. I was just wondering, we're financing this and not just purchasing it outright?
I don't believe we're,
It's a purchase.
it's a purchase.
It's an outright purchase,
No,
Commissioner.
I don't
It's
think
just,
we're fine.
it's just part of the process that Precision Pumps, it's part of their vendor setup, sir.
Okay.
On their,
Right.
yes, sir.
Yeah, no, we're not financing anything.
No, sir, no financing. It'll be a straight purchase through purchase.
Only because it said credit application. I didn't understand that, but that's fine. Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 5C, requesting approval to purchase two Norman 65 T motor graders, demo through district membership PCI award contract number OD 328-20 from Blue Cat Rentals in the total amount of $289,150. Procurement reference number ACDD 12075.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Having a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item D, requesting approval to reject sole bid received for the project inlet manholes and related items through RFP number ACDD 12064-1104, so as to attempt to encourage more vendor participation with the re-advertising of the project.
So moved.
So moved. Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 6A, application PD lateral phase 1, application for payment number 2 in the amount of $337,247.05 from Morehead LLC pertaining to construction contract number ACDD 120260623, PD lateral phase 1, PO 640211. And application for payment number 1 in the amount of $12,247 with 20 cents from Morehead LLC pertaining to construction contract ACDD 1202906-10, PD lateral phase 2, PO 640212.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 6B, requesting approval of change order number 3, reflecting an increase in the amount of $288,286.75 and 120 additional construction calendar days in connection with contract number CFPB 1-19-074-1126 at Alcounty Drainage District Number 1, Mission Lateral Section 1, 2018 Bond Referendum Project 26 with Signs Brothers Construction as recommended project engineer Damon Tijerina LNG Engineers, subject to compliance with House Bill 1295.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 7A, 1, requesting approval to accept bids and award construction contract with the lowest and best bidder meeting all specified requirements to Signs Brothers Construction LLC for RFP number ACDD 1-20-063-11-12 PSJ lateral drain ditch improvements from Milana or Erling Road to South Main Drain. Phase 1, base bid including alternate number 1 and the total amount of $2,257,601.50. And as recommended, project engineer Javier West Engineering, subject to legal review and compliance House Bill 1295.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 2, pursuant to text law government 26231, in interest of expedited project's progress, requesting authority approval of drainage general manager. Execute change orders that involve an increase or decrease in the cost of $50,000 or less, and in no event to exceed change order statutory limits. The original contract may not be decreased by 2% or more without the consent of the contract.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 3, requesting approval of budget amendment number 2013 Bond Series Capital Projects Fund 133, transfer 630,000 from South Floodwater Channel Projects PHA lateral construction account.
So move.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Thank you. So that project is one of our last projects, Commissioner, our board of directors and Commissioner Cantu in our 2012 bond. Once we finish that project, that PSA lateral will be, we closed out on the 2012 bond program that we had. So,
Awesome.
item B, 1, application of payment number 4 in the amount of $169,353.23 from Castle Press LLC pertaining to construction contract number ACD 1-180470-925 Element Expressway drain improvements.
So move.
Second?
Have a motion second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Thank you. Item C, acceptance of certificate of construction completion from Castle Prices LLC pertaining to construction contract number ACD 1-180480-925 drain improvements.
So move.
Second?
Have a motion second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 2, application for payment number 6, retainage release in the amount of $28,694.14 from Castle Price LLC pertaining to construction contract number ACD 1-180480-925 project engineer, Ms. Sarah Mel.
Ada,
So
we-
move. Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Just a quick question, sorry.
Yes, sir.
Is this the Jackson drain there that leaks into FAR by Hall Acres?
This is the one, sir, that is west. It's actually, it's the drain that comes from, it's not the Hall Acres one that comes from, what's the community?
Rancho?
No,
Is it
no,
north of the levee or south of the levee?
South of Levy, sir. South of
Okay.
Levy.
The other
Uh,
Jackson drain?
yes.
I got you. I made,
It's
second.
a drain, I apologize, Commissioner. It's a drain that comes from Hidalgo. It's a drain that comes from Hidalgo. It's part of our 2012 bond. This is another project that closed out, another 2012 bond project with this closeout, sir. It's a drain that runs north to Hidalgo that eventually ties on the south side. It ties into the other projects that we're doing, the lateral projects and all.
Yes, sir. I got you.
Yes, sir.
I second the motion.
We have a motion and second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
8A, recommend bid award and approval to issue a purchase order, Rio Valley Pipe LLC to be a cap-up for the sole responsible bidder meeting all requirements, specification of the advertising RP number ACD 1-2006-811-18, purchase of precast culvert boxes 10x5 for Alma Expressway Drain Crockett Road Crossing, the amount of $85,733.29. Subject compliance House Bill 495 and when and if applicable.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Thank you. 8B, requesting approval to declare surplus approximately 21,500 cubic yards of fill dirt located at South Main Drain 2 between High Road and Longoria, and as much as that attempt was made for the sale and removal for the RFP number ACD 1-2007-1118 and been advertised for 2 consecutive weeks and no bids were received.
Move.
Motion to, yeah, second?
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Thank you. Item 9A, requesting approval of closing documents parcel 24E21 as it relates to project 24, the 2018 drainage bond program, Mod 9, from 1015 project and authority for the chairman of the board to execute document.
So move.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item B, requesting approval of closed documents parcel 2-3 as it relates to project 2 of the 2018 drainage bond program, 3 and 3/4 mile road and Schuback Road project, and authority chairman of the board to execute documents subject to final legal review.
So move.
Second.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
We do have one item, small item in executive session regarding real estate.
Okay, according to Chapter 551 of Texas Government Code and 551.072, we'll be retiring to closed session to discuss those items. Any action items to be taken will be taken in open session when we return. I've got 2:04 p.m. May I have a motion to retire to closed session?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries. Okay, it's 2:21, 2:22. We're back from closed session. Do we have any action item to take?
No, sir, we don't have anything. Just proceed as directed in executive session, sir. There's nothing to take right now.
Okay, then I think that concludes all of our agenda items. I have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Judge Commissioners. Y'all have a blessed Thanksgiving gathering with family.
Likewise.
You too, sir.
Okay, we're going to move into our Commissioners Court meeting. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Hidalgo County Judge Richard F. Cortez. Today's Commissioners Court meeting is being conducted within the parameters of Governor Greg Abbott's suspension of certain open meeting law requirements to the extent necessary to allow for telephonic and video conference meetings in response to this COVID-19 matter. Notice of this meeting has been posted online for at least 72 hours. The court is meeting by the use of Zoom software and telephone transmission, which allows two-way communication from members of the public to hear comments. The recording of this meeting is being made and will be available to the public at a later date. The time now is 2:23, and I call the meeting to order, and we'll start with a roll call with precinct number 1.
Good afternoon, David Fuentes, Precinct 1.
Eddie Cantu, Precinct 2.
Ellie Torres, Precinct 4.
Richard Cortez, County Judge, that constitutes a quorum. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America,
to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Today, our prayer will be said by the Honorable Paul Yadiad.
Thank you, Judge. Please stand and bow your heads. Heavenly Father, we come before you to pray for our county, state, and country. Lord, we ask for you to continue blessings for another day of life. We ask for strength for this morning, for those mourning their loved ones, and offer patience to all those going through difficult times. Lord, as we face these challenging times with this pandemic, our faith in you has become stronger. Please inspire vigilance and patience in our community, leaders, healthcare professionals, educators, businesses, and families, as we do our best to continue serving our community. Lord, as we approach Thanksgiving Day, we ask you to protect and guide the most important people in this world, our families. Lord, we ask you to bless our county judge and commissioners for their leadership and for always trying to make the best decisions for all our residents, and for them putting their faith in you. In your holy name we pray, amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Judge,
Yes, sir.
can I just make just a prayer out there for our sheriff who's, dealing with COVID and everything that comes with it. I just wanted to pray for him and his family that he can heal quickly.
Absolutely.
That's all I have, Judge.
Thank you, Commissioner. Yes, and we hope our sheriff is doing well. I understand that he's recovering. Next item is the approval of the consent agenda.
Judge, Commissioners, with your permission, I'd like to take out of order consent agenda item 3T.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Judge, Commissioners, thank you very much. For the record, there is a caption, a clarification. The agenda caption should state HIDA CCP 59. Again, HIDA CCP 59, and not DA Federal Sharing CCP 59. Have a motion?
So move.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries. Next item is our open forum. Do we have anyone sign up for open forum?
Yes, Judge. Let me bring them in. First, we have Jerusalem Flores.
Flores, there is a 3-minute time limit. I will advise when there is 1 minute, and I will start when you start.
Yes, sir. Hello?
Go ahead, sir. There is 3 minutes.
Okay.
I will let you know when there is a minute. You can go ahead and start.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Okay. Good afternoon, Judge Cortez and commissioners. This is Jerusalem Flores. I'm just calling to express my concern about wind farms that I am seeing all over Cameron County and a few other counties, and they're rapidly expanding, it appears, into Hidalgo County. As a matter of fact, there might be some here already. I'm not too sure. But I'm just calling to say that I really don't want to live in a wind farm. And maybe I'm talking for many people here in the county. So I'm asking you to please talk about this in your discussions and consider not turning Hidalgo County into a wind farm. When they first came out, I thought they were going to be only limited to the coast. Right now, it seems like they're coming in, into the county, perhaps. And I did some reading up on this, and it appears that there are many companies interested in, international companies interested in making wind farms here in Hidalgo County. I don't know if that's still true or what, but according to what I read, that was the case. But and also from what I read several sources, it's really not a good idea. They are very inefficient, and as a matter of fact, many of them are asking for subsidies, tax cuts. Does this sound like a strong industry? Yeah, they're already asking for tax cuts and subsidies, and much of the industry has been subsidized. So please, I ask you to look further into this. It sounds good, like something of progress, but it really isn't. There's other industries that are going to spring up later on. Nuclear power is not gone. It's going to be probably it's probably much better. They made a lot of improvements, and I think nuclear power is going to be coming again. I used to be against nuclear power, but I read it into it. They've made a lot of improvements, and really, this nation is not going to be powered with windmills and solar panels. They're just too weak. They don't produce enough energy. We're going to have to stick to fossil fuels and nuclear power, the new nuclear power, and clean fossil fuel energy. So please look into this. I really don't want the county to be turned into a wind farm. These are companies being built by.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Next, we have Fern McClarity.
Good afternoon, Ms. McClarity. There is a 3-minute time limit. I will advise when there is 1 minute, and I will start when you start. Ms. McClarity. Ms. McClarity, if you could just give me 1 second. Mr. Gutierrez, is there a issue with the sound?
We're checking it right now, sir.
Thank you.
Should we go into the next item and come back to this,
Judge, yes, Judge, Mr. Gutierrez, can you please advise us when the technical issue is resolved, and we'll go on to our next item, and then we will promptly come back to Ms. McClarity and our other speaker.
Yes, sir. No problem.
Thank you. Judge?
let's look over item 6A.
Okay. Ms. Cantu, Ms. Rosie?
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Judge Rosalinda Cantu presenting on behalf of the Forensic Center. Item 6A, we're asking for approval and authorization to set up a collection site at the Hidalgo County Forensic Center.
So move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving, ma'am.
Thank you, Commissioner. You all too. Thank you.
Item 7A, Sheriff's Office.
Good afternoon, Judge and Commissioners. This is Sergeant Coltonbach. Item 7A, we have requesting Commissioners Court approval pursuant to Article 3, Section 52A of the Texas Constitution, Section I for the Hidalgo County Sheriff's Office to purchase consumable items and imprint the Sheriff's Office logo on said items, to purchase picture frames and portraits to identify and display Hidalgo County Sheriff's Office staff at the facility, which will serve a public purpose through our educational, instructional, and training programs. Items are introduced through these programs while promoting our educational message, helping to interact with participants, thereby instilling, strengthening, and reinforcing our partnership and commitment to the citizens of Hidalgo County. All promotional items and supplies acquired will be through the county requisition and purchase order procedures with proper and available funding for said expenditures.
Move for approval.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item 7B, requesting approval of payment for the following invoice as submitted by Celso Gonzalez Construction Incorporated for construction of a bus barn for Hidalgo County Sheriff's Office through the current agreement contract C-19-267-06-02 with a PO number of 819948. Payment application number 2 in the amount of $38,675.43.
Move for approval.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries.
And lastly, we have item 7C, approval to deobligate funds from the United States Marshal Service Joint Law Enforcement Operations Task Force for fiscal year 2020 in the amount of $1.60 to reflect correct amount in overtime funds.
So move.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Y'all have a good day.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Mr. Gallardo. Item 8A.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners, Chief Deputy Gonzalez, Hidalgo County Constable's Office, Precinct 3. Today we have one item, discussion, consideration, approval to appoint Raquel V. Ramos as Deputy Constable by Larry Gallardo Jr., Constable Precinct 3, in accordance with Texas Local Government Code, Section 86.012.
Move for approval.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Thank you very
Thank you.
much. Mr. Silgado, 9A.
Morning, Judge and Commissioners. Raul Silguero, Human Resources. Item 9A3, item 1 and 2 are not applicable, Judge and Commissioners, so I only need a waiver on number 3, budget amendment policy for personnel-related amendments.
So move.
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor say aye.
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 And carries.
9B, this is approval, we're requesting approval of the appointment of interns. These are 5 interns from UTRGV to participate in a virtual manner in the WIC Lactation Care Center for the period of December 3, 2020 through June 10, 2021. This is a internship between our county and the University of Texas at RGV. This is for student
Move for approval.
credit.
Second.
Motion and second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
9C for the Department of Information Technology. This is relates to the new hire discretionary policy. The department is requesting approval to award discretionary step 2 to employee hired under slot number 200-001-0027, CIJS support technician after approval of HR criteria certification in accordance with section 8.03 of the classification and compensation plan, effective next full pay period. 12/7/2020. The new hired employee qualifies for the discretionary step, and we recommend approval, Commissioner and Judge.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carried.
Thank you. 9D, this is for Precinct 1, Road and Bridge Administration. The precinct is asking approval of the following personnel actions effective upon Commissioner's Court approval. They would like to delete slot number 008, Clerk 4, and Grade 7, and create slot 0037, Contract Specialist 1, Grade 9. These are not general fund. This is a Road and Bridge Fund from the precinct. We recommend approval.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Carries.
Item 9E for the Health Department. This is for the COVID grant. So these are not general fund monies. Approval of the following personnel actions effective upon Commissioner's Court approval, and then they have the funds. They're asking approval to create 4 positions, slot 0025, 0026, 0027, and 0028. COVID-19 Public Health Specialist 1, Grade 9. And number 2, approval to add to the classified position list, those positions as a Grade 9. COVID-19 Public Health Specialist 1, Grade 9. They're not included in our list right now, so we need to include them in the list.
These are through what time frame?
I believe they go into next year. Commissioner, this is a grant. I don't have the specific date, but they have substantial time.
Okay, so it's not a CARES Act where it has to be spent.
No, it's not a CARES Act.
expended.
No.
It's a grant.
Okay.
Yes.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Is there a second?
Second.
Have a motion and second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
That's all I have, Judge and Commissioners, and happy Thanksgiving to all of you.
Happy Thanksgiving, sir.
Thank
Be
you.
safe.
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, Commissioners, they're still working on the audio difficulties or the audio problem at for the open forum, but I've been advised that the speakers that were going to speak have left. I do want to apologize to them. Again, these things happen with respect to information technology. So again, on behalf of the county, I do apologize to the speakers. Again, we're still trying to figure out why the audio is not working downstairs. Judge, we have item 10.
10A.
10A, yes, for the adult probation. Don't see a representative, but if I may, on behalf of Mr. Patrick from the adult probation, the director of adult probation, this is our Fund 1289 DWI grant. They're asking approval to accept the fiscal year 2021 DWI grant from the Office of the Governor, Criminal Justice Division, the amount of $146,429.99 for the period of September 1st, 2020 through August 31st, 2021, as well as the approval of certification of revenues as certified by the county auditor for the fiscal year 2021 DWA grant, court grant in the amount of $146,429.99 and appropriation of same. Judge, Commissioners, if I may, let me go through the various grants. They're all related and request an action. Next one is our Veterans Court Grant, Fund 1289. This is for their fiscal year 2021 Veterans Court Grant. Again, the Office of Governor, Criminal Justice Division, the amount of $95,627 for the period of September 1st, 2020 through August 31st, 2021. And the certification of revenues is approved by the county auditor for the fiscal year 2021 Veterans Court Grant, the amount of $95,627, appropriation for same. Next one is their MDWI Court Grant, Fund 1289. It's acceptance of the fiscal year 2021 misdemeanor DWI Court Grant, Office of the Governor, Criminal Justice Division, in the amount of $181,927.08 for the period of September 1st, 2020 through August 31st, 2021. And the certification of revenues as certified by the county auditor, again for fiscal year 2021 MDWI Court Grant in the amount of $181,927.08, appropriation for same. The next grant is the Mental Health Court Grant, Fund 1289. It's acceptance of the fiscal year 2021 Mental Health Court Grant from the Office of Governor, Criminal Justice Division, $258,096.44 for the grant period of September 1st, 2020 through August 31st, 2021. And the certification of revenues is certified by the county auditor for the fiscal year 2021 Mental Health Court Grant in the amount of $258,096.44 and appropriation for same. We then have the Youthful Offender Court Grant, Fund 1289, acceptance of the fiscal year 2021 Youthful Offender Court Grant from the Office of Governor, Criminal Justice Division, the amount of $160,035.02 for the period of September 1st, 2020 through August 31st, 2021. And the certification of revenues is certified by the county auditor for fiscal year 2021 Youthful Offender Court Grant in the amount of $160,035.02 and appropriation of the same. We then have the Domestic Violence Court Grant, Fund 1289, is the acceptance of the fiscal year 2021 Domestic Violence Court Grant from the Office of Governor, Criminal Justice Division, the amount of $143,480.24 for the grant period of October 1st, 2020 through September 30th, 2021, and approval of certification of revenues as certified by the county auditor for fiscal year 2021 Domestic Violence Court Grant in the amount of $143,480.24 and appropriation of same. Judge, Commissioners, as I the record.
Motion to approve.
Approve. Yeah, second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve all the grants. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Thank you, Judge. Commissioners, the next action item for the adult probation is item B, the RSAT grant, Fund 1289, acceptance of the fiscal year 2021 RSAT grant in the from the Office of Governor, Criminal Justice Division in the amount of $210,558 with a department cash match of $105,086.47 for a total project cost of $315,645.02 for the grant period of October 1st, 2020 through September 30th, 2021, and approval of certification of revenues in the amount of $210,558.55 as certified by the county auditor for fiscal year 2021 RSAT grant and appropriation of funds in the total amount of $315,645.02. And Judge, Commissioners, just to clarify, the RSAT is RSAT grant. Motion?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Judge, Commissioners, I failed to, as I disclosed the audio difficulties we were having downstairs and that our speakers left, I do want to, if they are listening to us on their cell phones, that they may call in if they so desire. We will acknowledge them. Again, we do apologize for that inconvenience.
Next item, I believe, is item 11A.
Judge, Commissioners, item 11A, there will be no action this week. We will bring this up next week.
Okay, item 12A.
Good afternoon, Judge and Commissioners. Yvonne Ramon with elections. A1 is discussion on election updates. We want to make sure that our community knows that there are two runoffs that are taking place right now. City of Mercedes and City of Palmview. Both of them have commissioners on their ballot, and so it's important that the community go out to vote. There are 2 early voting polling locations, which will be the same locations as Election Day. We've got the Mercedes Civic Center, and we have Palmview Parks and Recreation in Palmview. It's important for the community to know that because we are countywide, their early voting ballot and their Election Day ballot will be at either one of these locations. So if you are a Mercedes resident, you can vote at the Palmview Parks and Recreation and vice versa. It's very important that our community understand that. I do want the voters to know that the polling locations will be closed on Thursday and Friday to honor Thanksgiving. They will open up again on Saturday though, and we will be open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. They will be closed on Sunday, and then we open up again on Monday through Friday for the rest of the early voting period, with Election Day on Tuesday, December the 8th. Right now, we have approximately 400 people that have voted thus far. We had 283 vote yesterday, and so far we have 123 voters that have gone out to vote for these elections. So let's go ahead and make sure that if anybody asks, that you let them know that there are those 2 runoff elections that are taking place. The second item, before I read it, I would just like to give a little bit of background, and please know that my request that I will read in just a minute will have the elections office continuing to operate with a skeletal crew. We will continue to provide services that require immediate attention. We are essential employees, and therefore no one in my staff has been able to take any of their personal leave. And of course, we've not been on a rotation schedule like most other departments due to the pandemic. So we've really worked all year long. I have 6 permanent employees that will lose annual leave if they're not allowed to take their leave. And there are also 2 additional people that have accumulated comp time that they've not been able to take. Other than that, the entire staff has not had any time off. So despite having the various COVID exposures in this office, we've continued to work, and we've continued to get these challenges face forward and doing it well. Like I always say, I'm so proud of my staff and proud of the poll workers that always help us make sure that things get done. So with that background, I'd like to read number 2. Requesting permission for the Hidalgo County Elections Department to close to the public, again, keeping in mind that we will continue to serve and operate with a skeletal crew, and we will continue to provide services that require immediate attention. Closing from December 21st, 2020 through January 1st, 2021 for essential time needed to complete post-election procedures, complete the move. We moved right in the middle of the primary runoff, and the need to utilize necessary leave that is over the maximum hours allowed to carry over to the next year.
Very well deserved. Motion to approve?
Thank you.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries. Thank you, Yvonne.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving, ma'am.
Item 11A.
13. Hello.
Mr. Redondo, TJ?
Okay, I'm sorry. I was having issues with the mic here. George Garcia presenting for Planning Department. Item 13A, 1A, it's a pipeline and utility permit. Applicant is Hidalgo County Irrigation number 2. They are proposing a 12-inch PVC irrigation line crossing Tower Road via open cut, approximately 15 feet south of Decker Road.
Move.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 13B, 1A, preliminary approval with the variance request is Big Dog Subdivision Precinct 3. It is located at Benson Palm Drive and Mile 3 North Road. It's a 1-lot, single-family subdivision. It lies within Zone X. Drainage will be provided by natural percolation, and surface runoff will drain into Benson Palm Drive roadside ditch. The subdivision lies with the City of Mission ETJ and has received approval from said city. Water will be provided by Sherryland Water Supply Corporation, sewer by on-site sewage facility, and the variance is for the reduction of the front lot width from 100 feet to 70 feet.
So moved.
Motion to approve. Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item 2A, preliminary approval, MMN number 1 subdivision located in precinct 1. It is located at the intersection of Mile 4 West Road and Olivares Street. It's a 7 multi-family lot subdivision. Subdivision lies within Zone X. Drainage will be provided by on-site detention areas and by regrading Olivares Street roadside ditch. The subdivision lies in the city of Westaco, HJ, and has received approval from said city. Water will be provided by North Alamo Water Supply Corporation and sewer by on-site sewage facility.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 2B, Viridian Estate Subdivision Precinct 1 is located in Mile 6 West Road and Mile 10 North Road. Consists of 30 single-family lots. Lies within Zone X. Drainage will be provided by storm sewer system and detention will be provided by widening of the existing drain ditch. Subdivision lies within the city of Westaco, HJ, and has received approval from said city. Water will be provided by North Alamo Water Supply Corporation and sewer by on-site sewage facilities.
Motion to approve.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Carries.
Item 3A, final approval with a financial guarantee is Camo Commercial Subdivision in Precinct 3 on Minnesota Road and 3 Mile Line Road. It is a 4 commercial lot subdivision. Subdivision lies in flood zone C. Drainage will be provided by on-site detention areas discharging onto TxDOT system. Subdivision lies in the city of Mission, HJ, and has received approval from said city. Water will be provided by Agua Sud, sewer by on-site sewage facilities. And the final approval with a cash deposit in the amount of $36,627.58 is for 3 on-site sewage facilities, 3 hydrants, and 2 shared driveways.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Last item, item 4A, final approval is Lockhart Subdivision Precinct 1 on Martin Morales Road and Orlando Tijerina Road. It consists of 2 single-family lots. Flood zone, it lies within flood zone X. Drainage will be provided by natural percolation and surface runoff onto Martin Morales roadside ditch. Subdivision lies in the city of Westaco, HJ, has received approval from said city. Water will be provided by North Alamo Water Supply Corporation and sewer by on-site sewage facilities.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you all.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Have a safe Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Judge Commissioners, City of Blue, Department of Budget and Management. Item 14A1 is approval to ratify acceptance of the grant award from the Texas Bar Foundation in the amount of $25,000 for a period of 1 year from October 30th, 2020 to October 29th of 2021.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item 14A2, approval of certification of revenues as certified by the county auditor for the Texas Bar Foundation grant in the amount of $25,000 and appropriation of the same.
So moved.
Motion to approve. Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item 14B, discussion, consideration, and action to approve the ratification of necessary CARES Act relief fund expenditures as listed on Exhibit A to cover costs not accounted for in the current budget and cannot be lawfully funded by line item allotment or allocation in connection with the ongoing COVID-19 public health emergency. The court, having reviewed the agenda item briefing, herein finds that such expenditures are reasonable and necessary for the intended use. And the amount for this week is $100,375.31.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item 14C is approval of a budget adjustment for a lateral transfer as listed on the agenda in accordance with the Hidalgo County Classification and Compensation Pay Plan effective 11/30/2020 and in calendar year 2021. Judge Commissioners, I just do want to note that this lateral transfer is not a salary increase. This is what the current employee is earning. She's just moving from one department to another.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item 14D is approval of 2020 interfund transfer from precinct 1 maintenance into the TxDOT precinct 1 US 83 illumination account in the amount of $3,000 for funding of electricity services.
So move.
Your policy forwarded
Second.
to a MyTel voice.
Have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
And finally, item 14E is approval of medical coverage for the temporary employees listed on the agenda. As per the Affordable Care Act, IRS Code 4980H, shared responsibility for the employer regarding health insurance. And this is because these two temporary employees have reached the full-time equivalent threshold for, based on the IRS guidelines. So we will provide them with health insurance.
Your policy.
So move.
Motion to approve. Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Judge, Commissioners. Y'all have a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday.
Yes, sir. Have a blessed and safe Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Judge and Commissioners. Dina Trevino with the Purchasing Department. Item 15A1A, requesting approval to amend the service contract due to a change in ownership to Margarita Peña doing business as Delta Specialty Science and Supply.
So move.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item B, approval to exercise the option to renew the one-year term with Delta Specialty Science and Supply for traffic, roads, and miscellaneous equipment.
So move.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item B1, for emergency management. Item A, discussion, consideration, and action to approve a necessary CARES Act relief fund expenditure to cover costs not accounted for in the current budget and cannot be lawfully funded by line item allotted or allocation for the Hidalgo County Emergency Management, one forklift, in order to assist with county public health expenses for acquisition, storing, for distribution of medical and protective supplies, including sanitizing products and personal protective equipment for other public health or safety workers for addressing the ongoing COVID-19 public health emergency. The court, having reviewed the agenda item briefing, herein finds such expenditure is reasonable and necessary for the intended use.
So move.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item B, exemption for competitive bidding requirements pursuant to Texas Local Government Code 262-024A1, an item that must be purchased in case of public calamity if it is necessary to make the purchase promptly to relieve the necessity of the citizens, an item necessary to preserve and protect the public health and safety of the citizens.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item C, requesting approval to purchase one forklift from Lone Star Forklift.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item 2, 2A, discussion, consideration, and action to approve a necessary CARES Act relief fund expenditure to cover costs not accounted for in the current budget and cannot be lawfully funded by line item allotted or allocation for repairs, painting, and ramp retrofit, stockpile warehouse in order to assist with county public health expenses addressing the ongoing COVID-19 public health emergency. The court, having reviewed the agenda item briefing, herein finds that such expenditure is reasonable and necessary for the intended use.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item B, exemption from competitive bidding requirements pursuant to Texas Local Government Code 262-024A1, an item that must be purchased in case of public calamity if it is necessary to make the purchase promptly to relieve the necessity of the citizens, an item necessary to preserve and protect the public health and safety of the citizens.
Motion to approve?
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Carries.
Item C, requesting acceptance and approval of a proposal submitted by Hercon LLC, job order contractor awarded through the county's membership with Buy Board Cooperative for the repairs, painting, and ramp retrofit to the emergency management stockpile warehouse in the total amount of $147,516.25.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
C1A, discussion, consideration, and action to approve necessary CARES Act relief fund expenditure to cover costs not accounted for in the current budget and cannot be lawfully funded by line item allotted for a location for the Hidalgo County Health Department, remote temperature guard, and required accessories purchased as a function of government and of county efforts in mitigating the ongoing COVID-19. The court, having reviewed the agenda item briefing herein, finds that such expenditure is reasonable and necessary for the intended use.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Carries.
Item B, requesting exemption from competitive bidding requirements pursuant to Texas Local Government Code 262024A1, an item that must be purchased in case of public calamity if it is necessary to make the purchase promptly to relieve the necessity of the citizens, an item that is necessary to preserve and protect the public health and safety of the citizens.
So move.
Second?
Those in favor, say aye.
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 Carries.
Item C, requesting approval to modify agenda item 75867 approved by Commissioners Court on June the 9th to add the subscription plan registration forms with authority for Mr. Eddie Olivares to execute subject to legal counsel final review and approval as to form.
So move.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
D1 for precinct 1, requesting acceptance and approval of supplemental number 3 for LNG Consulting Engineers to include engineering construction management services with an estimated cost increase of $151,204.04 with work authorization number 2 for the Mile 6 project.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item 2, requesting approval and payment of claim for Unicom with the authority of for the county treasurer to issue payment after review and processing by the county auditor's office for expenses incurred August 2019 through March 2020.
Motion
This
to approve?
contract-
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item E1 for precinct 3, pursuant to the exiting elected officials expenditure policy, requesting approval to purchase a new Dynapack pneumatic tire roller through the Hidalgo County membership with Buy Board Purchasing Cooperative awarded vendor Doggett Heavy Machinery in the amount of $98,100.
So move.
So moved.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Carries.
F1 for precinct 4, item A, requesting exemption from competitive bidding requirements under Texas Local Government Code 262024A4, a professional service.
So move.
So moved. Second?
All those in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item B, presentation of scoring grid for the purpose of ranking by Hidalgo County Commissioners of firms graded through the county's pool of pre-qualified professional services for on-call architect services for projects located within precinct 4. The nominated firms are Milnet Architect Services with 191 points total, Alvarado Architects with 178, and Gignac 186 points. Does the court wish to rank in the
Motion
order
to
of their?
approve as ranked.
Second.
So moved, yes, second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item C, requesting authority for Hidalgo County Purchasing Department to negotiate a professional architectural service agreement commencing with a number 1 ranked firm of Milnet Architect Services for the provision of on-call architect services for projects located within precinct 4.
So moved.
Motion to
Second.
approve. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Carries.
Item 2A, requesting exemption from competitive bidding requirements under Texas Local Government Code 2620248 a professional service.
So moved.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item B, presentation of scoring grid for the purpose of ranking by Hidalgo County Commissioners of firms graded through the county's pool of pre-qualified professional services for on-call engineering services for repairs, renovations, alterations, additions, and/or other related services for county-owned buildings in precinct 4. The nominated firms are BTI Inc., total points of 179, Half Associates with a total of 191, and LEMC Inc. with a total of 182.
Motion to approve as ranked.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item C, requesting authority for Hidalgo County Purchasing Department to negotiate a professional engineering service agreement with the number 1 ranked firm of Happ and Associates for the provision of on-call engineering services for repairs, renovations, alterations, additions, and/or other related services for county-owned buildings in precinct 4.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 3A, requesting exemption from competitive bidding requirements under Texas Local Government Code 2620248 a professional service.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item B, presentation of scoring grid for the purpose of ranking by Hidalgo County Commissioners of firms graded through the county's pool of pre-qualified professional services for on-call architectural services for projects located within precinct 4. The nominated firms are ERO with a total of 195, RGVCM Group 175, and Bolting House Simpson Gates with 181.
Motion to approve as ranked.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item C, requesting authority for Hidalgo County Purchasing Department to negotiate a professional architectural service agreement with a number 1 ranked firm of ERO for provisions of on-call architectural services for projects located within precinct 4.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 4A, requesting exemption from competitive bidding requirements under Texas Local Government Code 2620248 for a professional service.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item B, presentation of scoring grid for the purpose of ranking by Hidalgo County Commissioners of firms graded through the county's pool of pre-qualified professional services for on-call engineering services for road and bridge, CIP, and other projects in general for projects located within precinct 4. The nominated firms are Tetsi with 194 points, RO Engineering with 183, M2 Engineering with 177.
Motion to approve as ranked?
I'll second it. All those in favor say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Motion carries.
Item C, requesting authority for Hidalgo County Purchasing Department to negotiate a professional engineering service agreement with a number one ranked firm of Tetsi for the provisions of on-call engineering services for road and bridge, CIP, and other projects within precinct 4.
Motion to approve?
Second.
I have a motion and second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
5A, requesting exemption from competitive bidding requirements under Texas Local Government Code 26202-4A4 for a professional service.
Motion to approve?
Second.
I have a motion and second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
B, presentation of scoring grid for the purpose of ranking by Hidalgo County Commissioners of firms graded through the county's pool of pre-qualified professional services for on-call engineering services for road and bridge, CIP, and other projects in general for projects located within precinct 4. The nominated firms are Izaguirre Engineering with 187 points, LNG Engineering with 195, and Land Tech with 185.
Motion to approve as ranked?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
C, requesting authority for Hidalgo County Purchasing Department to negotiate a professional engineering service agreement with the number one ranked firm of LNG Engineering for the provisions of on-call engineering services for road and bridge, CIP, and other projects within precinct 4.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
6A, requesting exception from competitive bidding requirements under Texas Local Government Code 26202-4A for a professional service.
Motion to approve?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Carries.
The presentation of scoring grid for the purpose of ranking by Hidalgo County Commissioners of firms graded through the county's pool of pre-qualified professional services for on-call engineering services for repairs, renovations, alterations, additions, and/or related services for county-owned buildings in precinct 4. The nominated firms are B2Z Engineering with 195 points, CJS Group with 181, and DBR Engineering with 182.
Motion to approve as ranked?
Second.
Second?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item C, requesting authority for Hidalgo County Purchasing Department to negotiate a professional engineering service agreement with the number one ranked firm, B2Z Engineering, for the provisions of all on-call engineering services for repairs, renovations, alterations, additions, and/or related services for county-owned buildings in precinct 4.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
G1, Constable Precinct 2, approval to purchase an annual license in order to have live stream access to body cameras through Hidalgo County's membership participation with TASB by board cooperative under contract number 568-18 in the amount of $756 for 1 year and $1,701 for year 2 through year 5 from Axon Enterprises, Inc. and subject to price verification of cooperative award.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
H1 for the IT department. Item A, discussion, consideration, and action to approve a necessary CARES Act relief fund expenditure to cover costs not accounted for in the current budget and cannot be lawfully funded by line item allotted or allocation for Hidalgo County in order to assist with county functions and compliance with public health measures related to the ongoing COVID-19 health emergency, with establishing a Wi-Fi project to assist the citizens with distance learning, including technology improvements, as well as improving telework capability. The court, having reviewed the agenda item briefing herein, find that such expenditure is reasonable and necessary for the intended use.
Motion to approve?
Second.
We have a motion second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item B, requesting exemption from competitive bidding requirements under Texas Local Government Code 262024A1 and 2 attached herein.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item C, authority to adjust original purchase order issued to Insight for Wi-Fi equipment material, a professional service through our membership with Omnia contract for change order number 5 and number 6.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item 2, IT Department A, requesting approval to complete and submit licensee application as requested by SmartWave Technologies for FCC license frequency related to the county Wi-Fi project.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item B, requesting authorization to select County Executive Officer, Mr. Valdeguerra, as the listed licensee on the application.
So moved.
Second?
We have a motion second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item C, requesting authorization for Mr. Daniel Salinas, Director of IT Technology Department, to execute the application.
So move.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Carries.
I want for WIC approval to award the sole bidder, GBB Rentals, for the project titled Lease of Office Space Alamo through an RFB for Hidalgo County WIC.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item J1, for Facilities Management, approval to award vendor M&R Elite Janitorial Solutions, LLC, submitting the lowest bid, option 1, for the purpose of award and approval of contract for RFB titled Custodial Services for Administration Building.
For approval.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
K1, for the Tax Office. Item A, discussion, consideration, and action to approve a necessary CARES Act relief fund expenditure to cover costs not accounted for in the current budget and cannot be lawfully funded by line item allotted or allocation for the Hidalgo County Tax Office queuing system in order to assist with county functions related to public health measures addressing the ongoing COVID-19 public health emergency. The court, having reviewed the agenda item briefing herein, finds that such expenditure is reasonable and necessary.
So move.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Item B, requesting exemption from competitive bidding requirements pursuant to Texas Local Government Code 262024A 1-2.
So move.
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
C, approval to purchase and increase current purchase order amount to increase the initial purchase to all substations, upgrade and install additional PC servers and maintenance through NEMO-Q for equipment and services for the tax office in the amount of $7,794.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Have a motion second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
2A, discussion, consideration, and action to approve necessary CARES Act relief fund expenditure to cover costs not accounted for in the current budget and cannot be lawfully funded by line item allotted or allocation for the purchase of additional two-way electronic communicators for the new West Local office as a function of government and of the county's effort in mitigating the ongoing COVID-19. The court, having reviewed the agenda item briefing herein, finds that such expenditure is reasonable and necessary for the intended use.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
B, requesting exemption from competitive bidding requirements pursuant to Texas Local Government Code 262024A1, an item that must be purchased in case of public calamity, and if it is necessary to make the purchase promptly to relieve the necessity of citizens, an item that is necessary to preserve and protect the public health and safety of the citizens.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
C, requesting authority to purchase 33 12-volt direct charge standard through glass two-way electronic communicators, including freight charged with RE Freight Rich Company.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, Dina.
Thank you. Thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Judge Commissioners, item 16A, 1 and 2, there's no action to be taken at this time. I'm going to ask that we delay item 17 till after executive session. And Judge Commissioners, again, we want to state that to the residents of Hidalgo County who appeared in person to speak during our Commissioners Court notice for today, November 24th, 2020, during the open forum. Just want to advise them that they may continue to participate in the open forum by calling the following number. That's 292-7000, extension 6015. Judge Commissioners, again, due to the technical difficulties, we were not able to make the audio connection work for the in-person speakers. Therefore, we're providing them the opportunity to provide their comments. And we have and will continue to try and reach them.
Hear me?
Them as well of this. Judge Commissioners, if we could please, as I said, we do have closed session items.
Okay, pursuant to Chapter 551 of Texas Government Codes, 551.071, 551.072, 551.074, and 551.087 will be retiring to closed session to discuss those items. Any action items to be taken will be taken in open session. May I have a motion to retire to closed session?
So moved.
All those in
Second.
favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. It is 3:26. Okay, we're back from closed session. We do have some action items to take.
Sir, thank you, Judge Commissioners. Under open session, 28 real estate acquisition appropriation for same, there's no action to be taken today. 20B, pending and or potential litigation, no action. 20C, discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding response to public health emergency. Judge Commissioners, I will shortly go to item 17. Item 20D, EEOC charge 451-2020-0315, DS versus county. We'll just proceed as directed. 20E, cause number C 3772-20-I, Martin Duran versus Hidalgo County, Morganti Construction et al. Judge Commissioners, I would like to refer back to item 19. 19A is requesting exemption from competitive requirements under the Texas Local Government Code, section 2620248-4, a professional service for the provision of legal services representation in connection with litigation.
So move.
Second.
We have a motion and second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And item 19B, engagement with the firm of Jones, Galligan, Key, and Lozano for the provision of legal service representation in connection with litigation and authority to submit letter of engagement subject to compliance with House Bill 1295. And this is again specific to item 20E, cause number C 3772-20-I, Martin Duran versus Hidalgo County, Morganti Construction et al.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Judge Commissioners, if I may, we'll go back up to item 17. 17 is discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding A, county response to disaster/health emergency. 1, CARES Act funds. A, memorandum of understanding with Rio Grande Valley Livestock Show.
Motion to approve as discussed?
Is that good, Josie?
You just need a motion to approve on that one, yes.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
And items 17B and C are related with respect to the cooperation agreements and memorandums of understanding. And so it's item B, interlocal cooperation agreement with municipalities, and item C is memorandum of understanding with the hospitals. And this will, Ms. Josie, if I'm reading this correctly, put on the record, the extension of the timeline.
So for the interlocal cooperation agreement with the municipalities, the request has been to extend the deadline in which to submit their amended budget, as well as to extend the time in which they can submit their request for reimbursement. And the date the court is considering is December 1st for both of those items.
Mr. Ramirez, can we also include the date for the incurring of the expense to that same date of December 1st?
Yes.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Go ahead.
Aye.
And for the record, yes, item C would be with the hospitals, and item B, item B with the.
No, you need to read the hospitals.
Okay.
Okay, so the change as to the amendment with the hospitals is going to be also to extend the deadline in which they can submit their request for reimbursement to December 1st.
So motion to approve B and C.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve B and C. All those
Aye.
in favor say aye. Motion carries.
Judge Commissioners, item 17B, measures necessary to preserve public health and safety. There's been some action taken by Commissioners Court. And item 17C, direction regarding county government operations, including but not limited to essential functions. Judge Commissioners has been doing for quite some time. As a result of our pandemic, we continue to follow the CDC recommended guidelines, facial covering, social distancing. Again, as I've stated, the health and safety of our residents while visiting and doing business with the County of Hidalgo is first and foremost, as well as our employees with the county. Judge Commissioners, item 21, there is no need to go back to close, so there is no action. In item 22, open session as well, so there is no action.
We're meeting next week?
Yes, sir, we are having a meeting. It'll be a short meeting as a result of our short week with the items, but we are having a meeting December 1st, and that will be a AM meeting.
And our deadline for submitting everything will be tomorrow?
Tomorrow before lunch, so that we can have an opportunity to close everything out and work with legal and the auditor's office. If we can get it before 12 o'clock, Commissioner.
Okay.
Is that it, Vonleh?
Yes, sir, Judge Commissioners, and I want to wish, I'm sure I'm going to speak to all of y'all before the end of the week, but to wish everyone a joyous Thanksgiving.
And let's wish
Thank you, Vonleh.
a belated birthday. His birthday was Sunday.
Who's that?
Valde.
Happy birthday, Walden.
Happy
Birthday, Valde.
Thank you.
Well, on behalf of myself and other commissioners, we want to wish all of you out there in public a very great, wonderful Thanksgiving, and have a safe one. We'll see you soon. Thank you very much. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
So move, sir.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carries. We're adjourned.